This is Donna.
And this is TJ.
We're the Hills.
And this is
Dinner
and a Marriage.
Go.
Welcome to Dinner and a Marriage.
I'm Donna.
And I'm TJ.
Hello. Welcome to Fat Tuesday.
Chubby Tuesday.
Chubby Wubby. Yeah, for Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras, we had crab cakes in a crab shell. They were delicious.
Yes. And shrimp and grits.
Yes.
A saucy version.
Delish. Yes, it was a saucy version.
Yes.
Had sun-dried tomatoes in it. Yeah.
It was pretty fantastic.
So we were talking about if we are calling this Dinner and a Marriage, and we generally record after dinner, right? So, or we may record before dinner sometimes, but mostly this is the time.
We'll add photos and possibly recipes or at least ingredients to the food that we make.
Yes, he says ingredients because he doesn't measure anything.
Oh, sometimes you have to do a little bit of that, but most of the time, no. It's by eye.
Eyeball. The eyeball method.
Seems to work well for me, so I just go with it.
Yes. True that.
Yeah.
Oh, pictures. Did we say that? Oh, we will put pictures
That
in
you're
the
going to
show
provide
notes?
photos?
Yes.
Yes.
So
I know.
y'all can
Maybe
see
we did.
what we're eating.
Whatever.
or
Now we
ate.
said it. So now
It's
everybody's going to be
thing.
like, you said
Where's your crab
photos and
cakes?"
ingredients, people.
That's right.
Huh.
Cool beans.
Right?
All right.
So
What are we talking about?
today's topic is the segs.
What's segs?
That's how they always default. SEGGS on
Segs.
certain social media platforms when somebody's talking about the sex.
Oh, the taboo.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But we're not going to make it weird. This is just some
We're
information that I ran across today, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting because, you know, I mean, we're older than some people, but we're not old by any means. But that means that we're in the category of we're still kicking good.
Wow. And he said he's not making it weird.
Oh, come on now. So it was about how there is currently in the world a massive decline in sex for people. And more specifically, the younger generation.
Like early 20s, that kind of younger.
Like 18 to 24.
Gotcha. You know what I was thinking? If
Nope.
that's the case, do you kind of think it's because they're all desensitized? Like when we grew up, it was always like no sex before marriage. You should love someone. Like da da da. Then it became like the social norm to be promiscuous, sleep with whoever,
Slutty.
dare you say.
Yeah.
But you know, like almost desensitizing, like it's not even a big deal. Like I remember the kids saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal. Like we have these parties. They're called the BJ party, and this is just what we do." And I'm like, "Wow." And like,
You heard that?
yeah,
And you were like, oh, sure, go.
no.
Okay. Well, the way you said it, I'm like,
No, like
you're making it weird.
already been and then
Oh.
telling us about it.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. You don't remember that
Well,
conversation?
just
I think
vaguely.
they
I
called
thought it was.
I actually think they called it the lipstick party.
Okay. Well, I
remember
thought that
that?
it was. I heard of this, not I went to this.
Yeah.
So you say desensitized, and what's funny is I was watching this thing the other day, and I don't remember what it was, and it was random. It was nothing that I was like searching, right? But there's this guy who is like an ex porn star, and he helps people with sexual health, and he's like a I don't want to say like a psychologist when it comes to like your area down there, but he helps men um, who have issues performing. And he said, straight up, the most people that I see are young people. And I
that
have a few simple questions that I start out asking them,
that have
and
issues.
that they have issues either performing in the bedroom, not lasting long enough, or straight up not being able to get it up. And it's not that they can't, but they can't do it with a real person. And he was like, the first thing I tell him is, you got to stop watching porn. Like, you're screwing yourself up. He's like, it's like some
Oh,
people can actually, have some alcohol and keep a job and be a normal functioning human being and
yeah,
not be
yeah.
wasted every day and everything's fine. And he goes, it's the same thing with porn nowadays.
Hmm.
That it's affecting people that way, that they're um
That they can only be aroused if they watch porn or stay
or
aroused.
by themselves. Like they really, really get into like Star Wars Episode 5, Han Solo.
Um, wow. Again, this is not gonna be weird.
What?
Oh my gosh, that's funny. But that's really my take on it. I mean, that's kind of the gist of being desensitized. But I guess it just all goes back to that thing like if you take morale out of or morale. Wow, no,
Morality?
morality. Thank you.
I
I
was going to say that's a word that's really weird if you shorten it up. Not
yeah.
like sus.
Yeah, not like sus. Morality out of your vocabulary basically. You've just made it so everything goes and it's all okay. And that's
Well, it's okay until it's not. And then you're like, I can't even be with a real girl because I totally jacked myself up or whatever.
but up.
See, you made it weird.
I know. That was pretty funny
Oh,
though.
yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So, but there has to be, and then the other thing's got to be the whole we were, locked down and
No,
no,
no. The other big thing, and I guess it could still be the same thing, but it's not, but is the phone. They're finding that people, even some married couples and whatever, they get more arousal out of their phone than they do um, being with each other. Or they're so into their phone,
hmm.
they're like, no, I'm sitting here and I'm on my phone and I'm doing my thing. And then you either don't have time or somebody's mad because they're like, dude, you don't ever put that thing down.
Oh, that doesn't sound familiar. uh,
Yes.
the phone is,
Picasso.
yeah, the Picasso. The phone for me is like the wind down, kind of. I guess I don't know. I do like paint by numbers type of thing.
Every day, all day.
Oh yeah, I do.
No,
What?
dude,
Why are you hitting me?
because I had the greatest idea again.
Abuse. He's hitting me.
No,
What is it?
I'll put all the numbers down there,
Oh my.
just like the clearance sticker.
Back to the
I'm giving all
clearance.
sorts of men great ideas to be like persuasive.
Oh
Hey,
man.
I,
But is it more of a men's issue or is it
this is what they were talking about is it's also just a whole communication thing between younger people. Like they're so like when people get together and it's like you move locations but you're doing the exact same thing. You're like, bam, posting up.
I do think
What are you going to go
that's
do
kind of
today? Oh, we're going to
interesting.
go to X, and then everybody's like, bam, posting up. like hanging out, looking at their phones. Like that's what people do nowadays. Before, like we had missions,
Yeah.
like full blown missions,
Yeah.
and I mean that was sometimes the mission ended up in Airy.
In what? What'd you say? In Airy?
Mission Airy.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, like that was our generation. We didn't have phones, and
Why do
we
they
were
call
just
that missionary? And that's like a church thing to go on a mission. And
I don't
you're a
know. Somebody had to
missionary.
make it weird,
Yeah.
right?
Well, me apparently. Um,
Hmm,
I always thought
true.
that was funny with the kids. Like they'd have their friends over, and you'd walk in the room, and they're literally all on their phones. Like, what are you guys doing? Are you texting each other? Like, what's happening?
Oh yeah.
And they would be some of them.
Well,
I'm
like
like,
sharing,
you're right in front of them.
yeah,
Why?
sharing stuff from Instagram and whatever to your friend that's 10 feet away from you.
Oh, did you see what I posted? And that whole
Yeah,
thing.
like instead of like I'm gonna go ride my skateboard and
Yeah, we used to
like
kick the
just
kids out of
seriously
the
go and
house.
like jack myself up, and it was the most fun ever. Still.
Not like kick them. I mean, we pretty much kicked the kids out. Like, okay, summer break.
Oh yeah, no, go outside and
Go
do something,
outside.
and
Go do
please,
something. Ride
if
your
you hurt
bike.
yourself, we'll take you to the hospital. Because I'd rather you hurt yourself than be a bump.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the jam.
Hmm.
Because that's how it was
All
when.
our kids were really good at that. I mean, they, for the most part, sometimes we had a little bit of a deal with each kid, sort of, that would be like, oh, I just want to play the Xbox all day. Or,
Oh no, that was a deal, dude.
yeah.
The Xbox was before the phone,
Uh,
and then it morphed into the phone.
yeah.
Um,
So when Gabriel was about,
he's the best with the phone. About not
oh,
being
the
on the
phone
phone.
now, but when
Yeah,
he was about 3, 4, he had a cube.
the Nintendo
The
Cube. Was it a
Nintendo
Nintendo
Cube,
Cube?
yes.
Yes.
It was the cube.
It was
And I don't even
ridiculous.
know what he did. Something. He
He
was just
didn't
on it all
know he
day.
was on it, but then we told him that he either needed to like pick up his room. There was a chore he was supposed to
I think
do
he had to take a
before,
bath.
or it might have been take a bath before he could play this game. And then we caught him on the game, and he wasn't actually, he hadn't done what he was supposed to.
Right.
So we were like, we told you that if you didn't do this, we were going to take it away.
And
And then he tried to attack me.
it was so hard not to laugh. So it's like,
How old was he? He was like
yeah,
5?
4 or 5, I
Yeah.
guess. He was, TJ's holding the cube, and Gabriel's like swinging at him. Like, he's got one hand on the cube, he's got one hand on the kid's forehead, and we're trying not to laugh because,
I was
oh,
laughing.
he was freaking
He was so
out.
mad
Like,
though. Like furious.
so mad.
It's pretty
And
cool.
because of that, and we were like, that's very dramatic. Like, that's an issue. We never gave it back.
Mm-mm. That was the one time we were like, I think you've
Yeah, I think this is not a good
showed
deal.
your true colors, and now we need to
And
erase you.
originally, we were just going to take it till he did what he needed to do, and then he could have time back.
That's
and then
when you
after
learn not
that,
to attack Dad.
it was like when we got an Xbox, it was in the front room, and they had limited time on it.
Mm-hmm.
Until they were a little older and they were able to regulate themselves a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think that I don't Chloe never had an issue with that. She was always she was reading all the time. That's what she did all the time. Reading. She read a lot.
Yes.
I was talking to so what I do is I'm not really on my phone during the day or text my friends and whatever. Like I'll text TJ and um the kids if they text me really. But I Marco Polo, which is an app that is like a video text basically. And I own Marco Polo, one of my friends in Arizona, and I was just telling her today about um something similar to this. It was. That's funny. I got off on a tangent. Now I forgot what.
Yep. Back to the segs.
Oh, okay. About the alone time, like people wanting to be alone. Like I love alone time. Like you go to band practice, I get to stay home and do nothing, right? I love to have time alone. And sometimes I actually get upset when I don't have it. And but then
Yes.
I was talking about like the kids in their generation, and maybe it's because of the need for socialization and social media and all that, is
They're never alone.
yeah,
And they don't want to be alone.
ever.
And they have FOMO.
Right.
All of them have
Yeah,
FOMO.
yeah,
And I'm
absolutely.
like, that's
Well, I
crazy.
wouldn't say
Because
all
I
of them.
believe, like, everyone needs some time by themselves. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's healthy.
it is.
Like, and it's good to even just, like, there's so many people that I see in downtown when I'm at work
Mhm.
that straight up look like we do right now. And they're walking around with headphones on. They all got earbuds in. Like somebody's always
With
connected
them.
to
Yeah.
something and they
That's
got something
crazy.
going into their ears. And I just can't believe that because I like going for like a walk and having it just be silent. I need to like nothing going on. I can't be like, oh, I'm going to blare music and go do whatever. Like I would rather go out and have it be silent. But people nowadays, they just don't operate that way.
Sometimes I'll put my earbuds in and listen to a podcast if I want to take like a long walk. I'm like, "Oh, I know this podcast is 45 minutes." So I'll just go walk with it with the dog. But that's just to kind of time myself on stuff. So, look, it's like he heard me say the dog and here he is.
Wow.
That's pretty funny. Um But what I was going to say is then I think that kind of aloneness, I rubbed that off onto Chloe a lot. Like, she could be alone for weeks at a time and totally fine with it. She
Hmm.
was never like hugely, I need to be around people all the time like the rest of the kids. What is the
Yes.
deal, dude? What do you need, man?
So back to our original topic.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the stats.
Oh, okay, okay.
So take a guess. We'll go by generation, by name.
Okay.
Who do you think had the most
The most sex?
action?
Or what was the thing you said? SAR? Sap? What were you saying?
What are you talking about?
What's the term for
Segs.
seg? Segs. Who had the most segs?
Yeah, who had the most segs?
My generation.
You what, you and Green Day? No.
What?
No.
I don't understand that reference.
Okay. You have Generation X.
Oh,
You've
gotcha.
got Generation Z.
But those
You've
always
got
confuse me.
the boomer generation. You've got
Okay.
all the stuff, right? Who do you think had the most?
Boomers.
No.
The one before that.
Yes. Do you know
Yeah.
what they're called?
Why?
The
I don't know.
silent generation. In the
Oh.
1930s, those people got their rocks on or off.
Yeah, well that's how boomers came about. That there was a huge baby boom. So
And
that
that
makes
was because
sense.
everybody came back from
Yeah,
World War
from
II, yo.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the greatest generation is 1901 to 1924,
Yep.
silent 1925 to 1945. So our parents
Yes.
basically. Baby
Mm,
boomers. Well, your
no, my
parents were baby
parents were
boomers.
boomers.
My dad was right at the end of
Gotcha.
silent. Generation X, that's you and me.
Yep.
Millennials, that's Gary. Generation Z is Chloe. Generation and the boys. So the boys and Chloe are Generation Z.
Yes. And so the
Gary's like right at
millennials
the cutoff.
and the Zers are in a dry spell.
Crazy. Hmm.
Yes. It's all the old people that are still getting their groove on.
Are they still?
Well, if you,
But they're the married people.
yeah, if you call them up and you say, hey, we're taking a survey,
What you doing?
how often do you hang out?
Huh. I mean, we could take a survey.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
We need people to send in their age and frequency.
Oh wow.
Come on, an average, not dates and times. That's weird.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there was some stuff that I did check up on.
It does say Generation X is the most adventurous of all.
Yes, that is us.
That's crazy.
Which is why they can't come up with cooler music than our generation. And
Because we were happier, because we
we were
had
just
more euphoria in our lives.
yeah.
We got down and dirty. That's what this says. Our parents had way fewer sexual partners than us. Not sure if that's reassuring or gross.
Who, what?
That's what this says.
Had way fewer? Why is
Yeah.
that gross? Wouldn't it be the opposite?
They're just saying your parent, knowing your parents.
Oh, well.
Like, every kid where they're like, oh, they're, oh, yeah.
If they
you don't
weren't
know
gross,
about
we
your
wouldn't
parents.
be here.
Oh, also, I get it. Cringe. Ugh. But I really feel like
It says that said which age group enjoys sex the most. Said this time of life may be when your sex drive is the strongest. One study showed that women between 27 and 45 had the most frequent sex and intense fantasies.
Wow. That's crazy.
But yeah, so I mean, really, I guess part of it is it's still. I think it comes down to internet and phone, like
That's
the
so
phone
weird,
on the
though.
internet. Like people just would rather they have what
Well,
gives them that the euphoria. What's the serotonin? Yeah, the happy.
yeah.
Yeah, you get enough
What is
serotonin
that?
from your
Yeah.
phone, and like there was another study. It was years ago, but basically said that people's serotonin levels go up when they check and they see that they get likes and all this stuff, right?
Oh,
Like
I'm
if
sure.
they did a post,
Yeah.
like, and so like the addiction aspect of like, oh my gosh, more people liked it, or just checking your phone all the time to see is more satisfying than a lot of other things that should be more satisfying than that.
Like human bonding.
Like the no pants dance.
Human interaction of sorts.
Yes.
Yes. I get that. I mean, I understand where that happens, but I still feel like I don't know, like it's weird. Maybe it was more taboo when we were younger and people were like, "Oh no, I don't, I don't do that."
Well, no, they were also the other thing about this. So people nowadays, and a lot of it has to do with, I think, like as a man,
Mhm.
knowing if I make the wrong decision, this woman can destroy my life.
Cuz of
So
social
less,
media?
no, because of divorce and what
Oh,
all that, right? Like
yeah.
people are more hip to like this is the way it is. And if you all of a sudden are married for a few years, like you could either financially or through many, many ways take a hit that could utterly destroy you. And so it does, there people that are married are having more sex than people that are not married. Even if you got the buddy at work that's like, oh, I'm banging like 15 broads or whatever, like that guy's lying and, you know,
Yeah, cuz
he's not as happy as he says he is. But
he was looking at porn.
it's one of those things where that's why they're saying is because people aren't getting married as young as they used to.
Hmm. Hmm. Makes sense.
So
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I still
Sad.
am an advocate for being married, but
Well, that's the thing is I think it also became something that like marriage was so thrown around like, "Oh, we get married, but we can, if it doesn't work out, we'll just get a divorce." Like, what happened to once you're married, that's for better for worse? Like that was one of the things that
yeah.
you and I, when we got married, because obviously we'd previously been married, we discussed this, and we'd been divorced. That when we got married, that was a commitment we made too to say we're not gonna we're not gonna go there. We're not bringing up the D word.
Oh,
We're
you do sometimes.
I, wrong D, wrong D, daddy. Oh my goodness! But that's just we can fight, we can argue, we can be mad at each other, you know, all those things, but at the end of the day, we're we know we love each other and we're making this work.
No.
It's a work. You
Oh,
still have
it's
to work at it.
like the most work ever
Yeah.
was. It's been very good for a while now. As far as it doesn't seem like as much work. For a while, it seemed like work, and
Mm.
I mean, not necessarily specifically between us, but the whole just marriage and all the other crazy that we went
Oh
through.
yeah.
Like it's
Like there
just
are so
there's
many
a
things that'll put, a strain on your marriage for
yeah, like you
sure.
could be like, oh, we have sex all the time and everything's good, but then like one of you is like mad credit card user and you're always stressed out about your bills,
Right.
and then that starts to take a toll on the whole rest of your marriage, and then everything starts to decline because of just weird things. Like there's just stuff, right? Or
Well, for us, I feel like our biggest struggles have been money, because that's everyone's. Like, it's what you talk about, argue about. Like, I cannot stand talking about it at all. Like, it drives me crazy. Um, I just let him deal with that, and I don't do any of that because he really is a component of he needs to know where every penny goes, and it's good. I mean, that's how we get where we're getting because he's really good at that.
I'm a penny pincher.
Math.
I'm not a total crazy, stubborn, like stingy person, but having your finances in order is that's like one of the biggest factors of people fighting in their marriage is money.
Yeah, money and then kids.
Yeah, money and kids, and
And
so
we had a time in our life, which we'll talk about on other episodes for
yeah,
sure, but that we were on the brink. And that was really
of selling our kids for money.
of really being like, I can't do this anymore. Like it was a struggle, but we made it.
Yeah, and
And
we're
then
not
we're
gonna go.
stronger.
We're not gonna go down that road right now because that's
No.
sad, and we were talking about
Yeah. But I think that
the groovy.
our marriage is stronger
It
for
is.
that. So,
Yes.
yes.
So I don't know. I guess I just wanted to have a chat about that because I thought that it was a little bit strange. Hopefully, people will figure out how to fix this. I
Yeah.
think that
I mean, not that I'm like, go have sex.
no, but I mean, I think people need to figure out how to get back into the swing of I don't know, like
Enjoying each
yeah,
other.
go to church functions and see people and date or whatever, or just enjoy other people, or if you go to a bar and you're hanging out and you see people like the younger generation, they don't seem as
They
hip
don't
to
really. Luckily, I do feel like it is gonna make a turn because you think like Gabriel, who's at the edge, right? He's gonna be 18. He goes and hangs out with his friends all the time. Like they go to car shows. He half the time is like my phone died or I didn't even bring it with me, like which is really good. like we said, he's the best out of everyone with his phone, really. He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, he has an Instagram for his car and to contact his friends, but he's not really a big social media guy.
No.
He says he won't download TikTok. He refuses. He does watch YouTube videos, but that's
Yeah, but
about
about
cars.
cars and how to fix cars.
Yeah, because he's obsessed with
But
that.
yes, no, I'm just hoping that it gets better and not worse,
Yeah,
because that would be sad.
it is
Because
sad.
the other thing that happens when you have less sex, you have less kids. And then birth rates will go down and the world will get weird. Because it's like, not to get all weird about stuff, but like China is getting ready to
Oh,
feel the sensation of like all their laws where they're like you could only have so many kids and whatever, and they have like way more old people than they do young people,
oh, because
and their
isn't it you can only
population
have one
decline is going to
child?
get all weird. Yes.
And
Like,
is it? Oh, or you can have two, but once you have a male, then you don't have any more. Something like that. I
it
don't
was
know the
something.
rules. Don't quote
If we
me.
were more prepared and I knew I was going to talk about that, I would have looked it up and not looked like such a dork.
You
But
can still look it up.
yeah, but I'm just saying they're headed towards some weirdness in, the next like 15 years as far as that. So,
One child policy is the population planning initiative in China to curb the country's population growth by restricting female or families to a single child. That initiative was part of a much broader effort to control population growth that began in 1970 and it ended in 2021, a half a century program that included minimum age at marriage and childbearing, two child limits, minimum time intervals between birth, heavy surveillance, and stiff fines for noncompliance. What? How would they fine you? Like, your what if like that'd be hard to maintain? I would think.
oh, I have no idea. I'm just saying that at one point they were like, "This is the best idea ever," and then a little while here soon they're gonna be like, "That wasn't that bright."
Yeah. Well, no, they said it ended in 2021.
Yeah, but it's gonna take them years to pick up.
I don't know.
Whatever.
China has a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. So
Anyway, that was
cool.
that. I'm
Yeah.
euphoric over here on my phone.
Oh wow. All right. Well, on that note, I think we need to wrap this up for today so that
Oh, that's right.
we can still be
Cool beans.
coming up with some stuff for another day.
All right. Enjoy your Fat Tuesday.
Yes. Eat something.
Something good.
Enjoy.
Drink a beer. Bye.
Bye.
And before you go, visit us on our social medias at Linktree / The Hills on Wheels, linktr.ee / The Hills on Wheels, no spaces.